Alrighty. Oh my goodness, everybody. So tonight, Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge live from Facebook and from Instagram. So uh, tonight, Tuesdays, I'm going to give a chance for some folks to chime in or get on board here. So I'm trying. Hi Sharon. Hi Alyssa. Hi Kathy. Oh my goodness, Instagram folks, all kinds of long names. Okay. Hello, everyone. College of Swing Era Knowledge, a lot of stuff in this noggin. Mondays, jazz. Tuesdays, Charleston. Wednesdays, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Thursdays, our local Spokane class, 7 to 8. Going to give them some normalcy here. Friday, shag. Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing. And Sunday, a session for teachers and organizers. So, hey, Dad, good to see you. I still can't believe you're on Instagram. That's so bizarre to me. Okay, so today we have a Charleston focus, and I'm going to turn the music down in the background. Thank you, Glenn Kreitzer. Okay, so Glenn Kreitzer, Dean Mora, George G., Warren Lovell with Big Time Operator, all giving me permission to use some of their songs for some of this stuff. So I've been learning. This is not, I don't want to be doing stuff like online live this way. I prefer to be in front of people in a classroom setting. So I'm working on trying to just be myself in this setting. I've learned to wear white shoes on the floor so you can see it. I've rolled up my left leg, my left pant leg, so left is up, right is down. The other thing from feedback yesterday, if I do something with the music, I'm probably just going to dance and not even talk, because the way I've got it set up, the music is just overpowering my voice. So just when I go into things like that, I'll try to explain what I'm going to be doing and then go and do it. And then if we're doing it with music. So again, tonight, Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge, Charleston. My local dance community here in Spokane, Washington is currently voting for the topic for Thursday's class, and it looks like it's going to be solo 1920s Charleston. Because of that, tonight I'm going to focus on Lindy, Charleston, specifically some quality of movement stuff. Again, I want to be mindful that a lot of you are practicing social distancing. You might be home alone, and if you're with a partner, great. So, one up with one down. That's right, brother. Steve Sayre, one up, one down. Except I got these really skinny Polish bird legs, so, ugh. Okay. Charleston, Lindy, Charleston. Let's go through some basics real quick, just to make sure for those of you that aren't my Lindy Hop friends that might be chiming in to do something different, little fitness tonight. Let me get this down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go back on my followers. If you were doing this in like what we would call side by side, you'd go back in your right foot. And so the basic rhythm of Charleston that I work with right now is a rock step, kick up, kick step. Watch that from the side here. I'm going to go back step, kick up, kick step. If I count that from this angle, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm putting emphasis on that 7 for a reason. Those of you that know me know I'm not a big like this is right or this is wrong kind of teacher. It's just a different variation. But I have seen teachers and more importantly like social dancers trying to show other people Charleston. And I see this a lot. Again, it's not wrong. It's different. And I'm not sure I like it. So what I see a lot of people do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then hold on 8 and then go back on the 1 again. Again, that's just a different rhythm, but what tends to happen for beginner dancers is they tend to rush their feet a little bit, so they start to get off the count and off the rhythm. So the first thing I want to talk about with the quality of movement on a basic Charleston is to have the right rhythm. It's an 8-count movement, and it fits really well with the music. Charleston is typically better for faster music. I'm going to show that in a second, how I see some people doing Charleston as super slow music. Again, it's not wrong, but it's weird. So I use the full 8, 1, 2 is going to be that rock step. 3, 4 is going to be a kick step movement. 5 is going to be a kick forward. 6 is bringing the knee and the hip up. 7 is a kick back, and 8 is a step. So again, for the leaders, going back on the left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you repeat. If you're following, you're going back on the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rock step, kick up, kick step. Brings up a good point talking about leaders and followers. It doesn't matter if you're a swing dancer. I want you to be ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means you can do everything on the right foot and the left foot. So if you're used to practicing things on a leader's perspective, going back on your left, take time tonight practicing going back on your right, or vice versa. Any step that you learn, try to learn it on the other foot. Try to learn it in the opposite direction. It's totally cool. You'll figure it all out. Okay, so we have our rhythm. Rock step, kick up, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have our Kurt Larson. Dude, I got people from my fraternity days chiming in here. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So, now that we got the rhythm, let's talk about the quality of rhythm for the Charleston. Charleston is the grandparent of the Lindy. Yes, I hear you all out there typing hop. Charleston is the parent of the Lindy hop. So, when we do our Charleston, the first thing I'm going to talk about is our posture. In the 1920s Charleston, it's much more upright. And again, I'm going to focus on this kind of stuff on Thursday. But when we get into 30s and 40s swing, we get our knees bent. We get our popo out a little bit. We get down here. So remember the Lindy hop, African American root. So we have movement that's down into the floor. So when I go into a Charleston, instead of being up here with my butt tucked under my hips, I get here. So when I do that rock step, I'm in this position rather than this position. So watch one time. I'm going to do the correct rhythm, but my quality of movement is going to be way too upright. Rock step, kick, and kick step. Watch from this angle. Rock step, kick, and kick step. But now I'm going to get down and do that rhythm. Rock step, kick, and kick step. So posturally, I want to be down and bent in the hips, in the knees. Yep. And now, next thing, quality movement-wise. So our posture is down. Again, Charleston, the grandparent of Lindy hop. So the next thing that I typically see, especially beginners, but all dancers, because at the end of the day, Charleston, again, it's athletic dance. We get a little bit lazy sometimes. So again, I'm going to do the right rhythm, but I'm going to take away my life, my dance life, my pulse. So watch. If I do this step, I'm going to do the right rhythm, but I'm going to have the right posture, but I'm going to go rock step, kick, and kick step. I have no pulse. I'm doing the right rhythm, but no pulse. At least have a pulse, people, when you're dancing. So if I have a pulse, I'm using the arches of the feet. I'm using the knees. I'm using the hips as shock absorbers. So now if I do the correct rhythm with a pulse, that's better. We're getting to the money. We're getting to the good stuff. The reason you even joined in tonight. So I'm pulsing and I do rock step, kick, and kick step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now it's a little bit better. I have the posture. I have the pulse. I have the rhythm. We're close. We're not there yet. Because again, the Charleston is the grandparent of the Lindy hop. So if you really want to be authentic in your movement, in your Charleston, I'm going to be quiet this time so you can hear my feet and how I'm actually going to hop off the ground rather than just pulsing and doing the rhythm. Worse if you just have no pulse. But if you pulse and do the rhythm, that's okay. I like that. But I want this off the floor. So watch what that looks like here. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. repeat. See that action with the foot? There's your cardio for tonight, everybody. That would be what I would consider authentic, really good quality of movement, Lindy, Charleston. We have the rhythm, we have the posture, and most importantly, you have the hop. You have the energy, you have the life of the step. You feel the step when you add that hop. Again, it's not easy. I'm a little bit out of breath right now. Woo! But when you're dancing and you feel the energetic music that makes you want to do the Charleston, put that life and that energy into your step. So I'm going to put a song on. Remember, if you weren't here earlier, when I put music on, I'm not going to talk because people are having a hard time hearing what I'm saying while the music is going. So here's what I'm going to do in this demonstration. I'm going to put the same song on. My feet are flying. Yes, my feet are flying in the Charleston. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're focusing on right now the posture, the rhythm. I'm going to put a song on, but watch. I'm going to go in between lifeless, pulse, and authentic hopping Charleston. It's going to be the same tempo. I'm going to do the correct rhythm, and I'm going to do the correct posture. So the focus, what I want you to look at, is if you see the difference between the energy in the dance. Again, followers, if you're doing a side-by-side Charleston, you be going back on your right foot instead of your left foot. It's no big deal. Again, be ambidextrous. So let me put a song on. I believe this is Glenn Kreitzer. So let's do this. Okay. Okay. Woo. Okay. Now the pulse. And now back to lifeless. Same tempo. Now adding the pulse. Now adding the hop. Okay. So once again, I'm showing you the, no pulse looks so wooden. I agree. Again, I don't want to say that it's wrong. So it's just a choice I made on the quality of movement. I tried really hard to keep the same posture. I kept the same rhythm, but I changed the quality of the pulse. So I agree. I think it looks stiff. It looks wooden. So again, a lot of beginners will do that because they're thinking about the step versus the movement behind the step. So now let's get even more detailed with the keynotes so far in Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Posture, knees bent, down. Use the arches of the feet, the knees and the hips. That's what's going to create that hop. The rhythm, rock step, kick up step, using that whole 8 count. Now this is just the basic. There's all kinds of cool Charleston variations where you might change the count and change the kicks and whatnot. So the hop comes with the pulse of music is the question. Yes, I think in general. So yeah, I'm glad you brought up this question. Yes, they are all fun. I agree. So I said that there's a certain tempo for Charleston. again, I'm not a big right or wrong kind of teacher, but let's put on a song that has this tempo. And again, I'm going to do Charleston, and I'm gonna do real good, authentic Charleston. There was a question here. What is the basic 8 count for Charleston? Is rock step, kick up, kick step. If I'm counting that, let me go through this real quick in case some of you joined in late. I did this earlier. I'm going to have a 1 2, 1 2, a 3 4 is a kick step, 3 4, a 5, up 6, back 7. That's important. And step on 8, and I'm back into the basic. So that's the basic, what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to keep the pulse, but watch how it looks to this tempo. Okay, here we go. Charleston, get ready. 5, 6, here we go. It's okay. Here I come. Okay. Not wrong, but it doesn't have that energy. And everybody has their preferences. So for me, I would say a Charleston-ish song would be right around, I would say 175 plus. And again, don't think of this as like this is a hard number where all of a sudden you can do Charleston. You can physically do Charleston to anything. But the question came up. Oh, I want to scroll back up there. Can I do that? So I can. Question was, yes, don't check out the top. So the hop comes of the music. Hey, Hopper, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Say hi. Say hi. Ooh, it's the hops. It's the hops. Okay, go by mommy. Go by mommy. That's Hopper, everybody. Okay. So the music will kind of set that tempo, set that pulse, and that the energy of the music. I can feel the energy of that music, and I want to put that energy into my hips, into my knees, into my feet. And so you get that pop, 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 pop when you have that good energy of music. If the music's slower, it has a slower energy. So it doesn't make sense. So there we go. Now, let's talk about the arm. Now, I'm getting in the weeds a little bit here. A lot of Charleston steps and variations, 20s and whatnot. Opposition, contra body movement is involved a lot. Here's what I mean by that. So when you walk, and you don't think about it, when you walk and your right foot is forward, your left arm is forward. And when your left arm is forward, your right arm is forward. Do me a favor, homework, tomorrow morning, try to think about that and walk, and you're going to mess up. You're going to do the cardboard cutout. You're going to go, because it's something that if you think about it, you do it wrong. But if you don't think about it and you stop, your right arm will be forward when your left foot is forward. Now, the funky thing is when we start, for the Charleston basic that I'm showing you, you're going back with your left foot. If you go back with your left foot, then your right foot is forward, so your left hand comes forward. So you get this opposition, this contra feeling right from the get-go. So watch this angle here, this angle here. Yeah? And for the followers, if you are doing like a side-by-side Charleston, again, forget leaders or followers. If you're ambidextrous and you go back on your right foot, your right hand goes forward in that contra body movement. Boom. Yeah? Boom. All right, so when we then, if I go back and I have a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, you can see that my arms have this flow. A boom, a hop, boom. They got the flow. A boom. And now I add the feet. We have a flow with the arms and the feet. I get this really nice crunch here in the hips. You didn't know you were getting a workout tonight, did you? In the obliques. Get that crunch. Boom. Yeah. Right there. Look at that. Step on it. get that contra body movement and bring it back. So that's the arms with the feet. The couple fun things here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of fun things. I was teaching with Evita Arce. Evita, if you watch this, love you girl, miss you. And we did a class on the Charleston. And Evita brings up, you can ask Michael Jagger, she'll bring stuff up where you're like, what? But then you think, that's genius. And so Evita had something really cool. So for the leads, it'll be your left hand. Your left hand will be for 1 and 5. So this is what she had us all doing. She had us all going 1, 5, 1, 5. I was like, that's ridiculous. And when everyone did it, they had a blast, and it was really awesome. It worked. So for the followers, when you go back on your right foot, your right hand would go 1, 5, 1, 5. And we told everyone in class, like, now tonight, don't dance and do 1 and 5 the whole night. But you get the point. It's like, that was the correct arm movement with the foot that you go back on. And then the next point, I'm trying to remember who taught me this. I learned so many good things from so many people over the years. It's all just, again, College of Swing. It's all right here. The arms, I don't want the arms to be stiff and straight. I want the arms to have this flow, kind of like a railroad, kind of like engine, kind of piston-y kind of thing. So when I'm dancing and I'm doing the basic movement, I'm here with my arms making these little circles rather than being stiff or just straight. And so now you've got that flow of the arms and the flow of the legs. Hey, Jackie, darling, can I borrow you for 1 second? Just real quick, just to kind of see in context with a partner, if you do inline Charleston, then I'm going to be here and make this, and this. So you can see the arms with the movement. Followers, since I got Jackie, remember I talked about the quality of movement of being down into the Charleston. One of my favorite things is to bring a partner, you know where I'm going with this,
I think so,
into Charleston, and my partner doesn't get down with the Charleston. I get a big old rest. So a movement that we might do is a little send out. I'm going to get into Charleston, and Jackie's going to be right there. Oh, it's a nice rest. I love it when followers do this. Jackie's butt's right under her hips. She's upright, and I'm doing and you might be doing the right rhythm. But look at this. Now Jackie gets down into the Charleston. Oh, there it is. Look at us. So, thank you, darling. So hopefully you saw that with the movement of the arms. You can do that solo and practice that leader or follower, or do that with a partner. Now, so now we've talked about the posture, we've talked about the rhythm, we've talked about the pulse, the energy, the hop, and now we've got the arms in there and the contra body movement. Again, we typically the Lindy goes into faster tempos, but I encourage you to practice it slow. I've done this in some fitness classes. I call it Tai Chi Charleston, where literally, because this is a balance component, this is a strength component in your core. So literally, I'm going to do back on my right foot. So I'm going to go back right, and I'm going to hold that position. Now, even better if you kind of extend that leg back and hold that pose. Feel that stretch. Now, bring your right foot forward and your left hand forward. There's the position of the kick forward. Step on it. Boom. Now, left foot comes forward. There's hopper. As the right hand goes forward. Boom. Hold that pose. Feel that crunch. Feel your core working. Feel your knee working. Feel your hamstring and your quad working. As you come up, you transition the hands, and now the foot goes back as you extend. Now we hold that position, and then we step and we repeat. So again, that's homework. I'm not going to keep doing that. Try your little Tai Chi Charleston, and I think you'll really start to feel the muscles that you want to engage when you do a good authentic Charleston. Now then when you dance it, again, play with no pulse, pulsing, and then the hop of the Charleston. Okay, so that is basic Charleston. How this comes into play in some of the, I'm going to do two more things. I want to keep this about 30 minutes tonight. This comes into play with some of the movements. You might do, and again, for my non-dancer friends, I'm sorry, some of this jargon, you're going to be like, what is he talking about? So you might do side-by-side Charleston, and you might open up and do like a little bit of a kick away into a hand-to-hand Charleston, okay? Now a hand-to-hand Charleston, if you want to think about basic Charleston is this. So we talk about the basic being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can also think of it on a leader's standpoint of going left, left, right, right. For the follower, it would be right, right, left, left, as far as the basic goes. But now I want to get into a movement we call hand-to-hand Charleston. Now, hand-to-hand Charleston, make sure Jackie be me right in line with me, and we're right hand to right hand. Don't worry about how to get into it. I want to talk about the quality of movement with this, with what we talked about earlier. So now we have some compression, and we're kicking into each other. And we're both going to be kicking the right foot. But now what's going to happen is the basic movement is going to be kick, turn, kick, step, kick, turn, kick, step. Guess what I'm going to use? The posture. I'm going to use the hop to help reduce the friction as I move on the floor. So as I go, kick, turn, kick, step, kick, turn, kick, you can see how I'm hopping. I've got that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I turn hand to hand. You have that hop energy, your knees love you. If you don't have that hop and you try to go kick, turn, flat-footed, my knee is an instant feedback mechanism. If you are flat-footed on a sticky floor with sticky shoes, your knee is going to tell you instantly, this is no bueno. But if I dance on a sticky floor with sticky shoes, because of my quality of movement of doing this, I actually turn my body. I come up off the floor with that hop. I'm not sure if any teacher might have ever told you that before. Again, I want to say this is Eva in a Charleston class in 1999 or 2000 on Catalina Island. And he had a lot of emphasis on de-frictionizing. I can't remember how he worded it, but it was like using the up of steps to do a turn because you're never on the floor. It's just like a really interesting concept. And so I want to talk about that in regards, because if we're doing the Charleston, we're just here. We're not rotating too much. But if I do a hand-to-hand, I have this kick, turn, kick, step, kick, turn, kick. And I can feel when the turn is happening, I'm actually off the floor. Pop, boom, up, because I've got this energy versus this energy, no energy. So you can pulse it. My shoes are real nice. Got my Aris Allen, dancestore.com, shout out. Got my Aris Allen leathers on. So my floor is nice and slick. So if I pulse it, then I can do that movement, but you can see how I'm pivoting to make that hand-to-hand happen. Again, it's not wrong, it's a different quality of movement. And what I would prefer is having that 1, 2, 3 hops. 1, 2, 3 hops. Boom. As we do a hand-to-hand Charleston. Ryan. Oh, yeah. Ryan Francois is one of my huge mentors. I mean, basically, when I was working with him in LA, every step hop, every jazz step had a hop. Every step, I mentioned this yesterday, Ryan's thing is, if you do a step without action, it's not a step. So let's put that in regards to the Charleston. If you're just doing Charleston for the sake of doing the rhythm of Charleston because it's something in a class, that's fine. But but do the Charleston with intention. Feel the energy of the music. Now there's a Don Hampton thing right there. Feel it. Feel that music. If I learned anything from the original dancers, it doesn't matter who I talked with, Frankie, Maxie, Ann, Norma, Dawn, all of them. If there's one thing they said we couldn't do as current day dancers is feel the music and dance with the music. It's one of the hardest things, and I'm still working on it. I still have a lot to learn with that, but I try to embody all of that great knowledge that they gave me and put it into my dancing. I'm going to put a song on again, and I'm going to go into the Charleston, and I'm going to go into some hand-to-hand work. And again, I want you to see in the hand-to-hand how I'm going to be flat-footed, I'm going to have a pulse, and I'm going to have a hop. So hopefully see the difference and make sure I didn't miss any questions. For someone who has slight knee problems, does the pulsing help your knees from hurting too bad? I would say yes, because if you're flat-footed, the problem is when you're and you go to turn, that's a lot of friction, and that's what's going to tweak your knee. So if you have a pulse, chances are you're using the arches of your feet. You're on the front half of your foot. So when you go to turn, you're going to turn on the ball of that foot versus being flat-footed. So yeah, and if you have knee problems and you can't physically do the hop, at least have the pulse. Oh, Sharon, how this explain that. So all the time, it's your body is an instant feedback mechanism. When you're dancing with someone, your frame, your connection, your hands, how it feels. It can feel stiff, it can feel loose, it can feel wiggly. Your feet, your knees especially are an instant feedback mechanism when you're dancing. You know, if you do something funky, your body tells you instantly, we are not going that way. So if you stay on the front half of your foot and you do any circular or turning movements, your knee is going to thank you. If you can do that while you're in the air with zero friction, now we're talking. But yes, and the other thing that adding that pulse or that energy will do, it's going to build up the muscles in the arches of your feet, your calves, your quads, your hamstrings. One of the other greatest things is you go out there and you start to do too much without the right muscular structure, and that's where you get hurt as well. A lot of people have weak lower backs, they have a weak core, and you go to do something and your body just gets out of alignment because it can't hold itself in good position. I'm getting into a whole nother can of weeds here, can of worms. But let me put the music on. Watch me do some basic Charleston. I'm going to transition into some hand-to-hand and watch. So I'm going to stay, again, I'm not going to talk during it, but I'm going to stay flat-footed. So you see that lack of energy. I'm going to pulse, so you see a little bit of energy, and then I'm going to hop. And you'll see that difference in both the basic Charleston and the hand-to-hand Charleston. And I'm not going to do it to 130 beats per minute, so hold on one second. Let's go a song called Park on Summit with Glenn Kreitzer. Again, shout out Dean Mora, Glenn Kreitzer, George G., Warren Lovell from Big Time Operator. Thank you so much for letting me use your music for doing these demos. Okay, here we go. Okay, now the pulse. Hand, pulsing. Now the hop. Okay. It's actually hard to do hand-to-hand Charleston without a partner. Weird. But hopefully you saw the difference between the three. Now, let me tell you how that felt. Same song, same tempo. I tried to keep the same posture, sorry. Flat-footed didn't seem awful because, again, I've got some nice slick shoes on. The floor is slick, but it just didn't have that energy. When I went into the hand-to-hand, it was actually very difficult to turn because I had my feet so flat. Now, when I went into the pulse, that felt better energetically. When I went into the hand-to-hand, it felt pretty good because I had that movement, so it was easy. Again, hand-to-hand, it was tough. Maybe if Jackie comes down again, we can show it with a partner. It's pretty cool. But it felt better for the movement. It made that movement easier when I was going back and forth, kick, turn, kick, step, right and right, and left and left. Now, when I did the moneymaker, I did the hop. Felt great with the music. Felt that energy in the step. And more importantly, when I went into hand-to-hand, what I felt is a freedom in the movement of turn, kick, step. It was, dare I say, effortless. Again, tough to do the movement without a partner there to compress and push into for the hand-to-hand movement. But my feet felt really, really good. Hey, babe, can you do some hand-to-hand with me?
Sure.
I just want you to see this with a partner because, oh man, there's so many things we can do. Every Tuesday, Charleston. So look for the event next week. Ask me any questions that you might have. We can maybe dive into some other things, but check this out. Watch us do hand-to-hand Charleston. And the energy, now I'm really going to go into it because I'm going to have Jackie here. When we get into that hand-to-hand, we're really going to stretch into this hand. So when we do this, again, right hand, we're both going to kick the right foot. We're going to have that hop, that energy. We have kick, turn, kick, turn, kick, hop, boom, hop, it up, pop, boom, hop, pop, it up, pop, and boom. Now, watch from this angle. When we're here, we have kick, hop, pop, it up, pop, hop, hop, pop, it up, pop. Now we're really getting into this movement, and boom. Let me go from this angle so you can see this. Now again, you didn't see this when I was solo because I didn't have someone to work off of. But when we do this kick here, we're really pushing through this, letting our hips drive through. Compression, turn, turn, compression, turn. You can see how I'm moving slightly back and forth to get into those compression points. So again, this is a quality of movement thing. I see in the hand-to-hand where, oh man, I love saying this, where you're just like holding hands and just doing the step. Boop, boop, boop.
Nothing happening.
Nothing happening in the connection. Watch from this angle here. So like, let's go right about there. So you go, boop. We're doing the right rhythm. Boom. Now, let's do the right posture, but keep it going. So this is weird because we have a connection with it. Now, let's add a pulse. That's better. Now we're going to really put our hips into it, add the hop, and move with it. And Jackie has a little bit of movement back and forth. And now you see all the, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
You see all of those elements come into play. Oh, hello from Pocatello, Idaho. Right on. No, it's my pleasure to pulse and posture. That's a good Joelism. Thank you, Jim. My pulster. So hopefully, can of weeds. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I think I'm becoming more myself in these videos. So hopefully at the end there, you saw the energetic difference. So again, back to Ryan, a step without intention is not a step. If you're doing the Charleston just for the sake of doing a Charleston, that's fine, but put the energy in it. Work with your partner. Work on your quality of movement. So this is, if you're If you have your partner at home with you during this crazy time, work on this stuff with side by side, the pulse. Go into hand to hand, feel this energy and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, it's a crazy time for all of us. So um, yesterday, I also at the end just I think I went blah 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 too much. I just want to focus on the positive. I want to focus on the joy that we bring to everybody, and from a lot of us that have been doing this professionally for years. It's the joy that we love, and a lot of us have been doing this every night for many years, and so the ability to share this with you, share this joy, is awesome for me. So I'm going to focus on the joy. I'm not going to talk about this other stuff. We will be back. We will get through this. And when we get together, we will have a greater appreciation of the ability to gather together and do all of this wonderful stuff together in person with a partner. Until then, Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Remember, Mondays, jazz. Tuesdays, Charleston. Wednesdays, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. So tomorrow, some Lindy Hop and Jitterbug stuff. Trying to figure out some stuff to do solo, but might be, again, go to my event. I made Facebook events to try to get some questions in advance to plan. So please, if you have questions about Lindy Hop and Jitterbug, let me know. Then I can focus on what you want. Thursdays is my local Spokane scene. We usually always get together from 7 to 8 with a lesson and then a dance afterwards. Well, we're going to give our scene a sense of normalcy and do a class for them from 7 to 8. I'll post some information about that if you want to join us. Fridays, Shag, Collegiate Shag, St. Louis Shag, Carolina Shag, maybe, who knows. Single Rhythm Shag, interesting. Okay, Saturdays, Balboa and Bell Swing, and Sundays, special sessions with teachers and organizers. I've added some notes to the teacher organizer event on Sunday. I have some interesting ideas there if you are a teacher or an organizer. Hi, Autumn. Say hi, everybody. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to donate, brother's not interested in swing. Okay. Time, 8. I'm trying, based on my schedule right now for the next 2 weeks, 8 p.m. is when I can do it Pacific Standard Time. But I think that these things live out in the world like a tweet forever. I don't know. And so if you're sleeping or unavailable, please share this with friends or different dance groups if you're interested. Shag, yeah, maybe we'll have some Louis Shag on Friday. We'll see. So 8 o'clock is Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Thursdays is 7 o'clock for my local scene. On the it look like Instagram has questions. I don't know what I'm doing. Jackie just said to turn this on. So hey, Instagram folks, and let me get that off of there. And to all my Facebook Live folks, there is a link to donate above. Even if it's $1, it's really appreciated. We're doing the best we can with everything going on. We wish we could be live with everyone, and we will be soon. But if you can donate $1 or $5, whatever you think this knowledge has provided for you with your own quality of movement and your understanding of the Charleston, please consider donating or don't. If you don't donate, share this with other people that have the financial means can possibly pop something in there. So thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed Tuesday's Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge, focusing on the Charleston. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for Lindy and Jitterbug. Until then, night night. I'm crazy about you.